Yeah, right.
So,
I've been to that one, but this was the first time I went
but
to
it's
the
really
new
nice.
one.
We loved it.
Yeah.
And it's heated, so you can go out there and
It's
sit out.
still freezing.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And our heater went off. Like,
Oh, no.
wait, what happened?
Oh no, yeah.
It was freezing.
And they need to make sure that don't happen because I'm sure it's cold out there if it's not a little bit of heat.
So how far back or close up should I be? So I won't be like screaming in the.
You
Oh,
fine.
you're fine. It'll pick you up.
You'll pick you up real
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Yeah. See if I'm back here. It doesn't.
So have you ever done a radio show?
Nope.
Okay. You either?
Never.
All
Oh.
right. First.
So it's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
It's just like sitting on the couch and talking.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Hello and welcome to
evening.
Girls Gabbin.
Yes, welcome to Girls Gabbin.
Today is Sunday, November the 24th. And actually, our next to last show for Girls Gabbin for the year 2019. as a matter of fact.
Absolutely, because we'll be doing one show in December.
One show in December 8th.
December 8th.
And then we're going to shut it down for the holidays and kind of regroup before we start again. January 5th, I think, is the first
January
Sunday.
5th. The day
Yeah,
before.
which is the day before our 1 year
Our 1
anniversary
year.
of Girls Gabbin.
Already.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's been a
thank you.
year,
Yes.
We made it. We made it.
Can I slide this over a little bit?
Yes,
'Cause it's covering my
absolutely.
face.
So we are here today with some wonderful guests that are going to share about their businesses and any little treats they may have going on. Because I know this is the last show before
Black
Black Friday.
Friday,
And
yeah.
I know you all will be, that's one of the reasons why I think we decided not for next Sunday because
Right, because
people going to be shopping
people
and
gonna be
like,
shopping.
we do not have time to
and we're trying to get
listen
y'all
to
ready
y'all
to
tell
shop.
us what's on sale. We're going to be out there getting the sale. So we understand. So we wanted to, actually, before we get started, did you have you had some things you wanted to just kind of talk about?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to get this phone together. You know, I'm always trying to get this phone together. However, do not, if my live is not working, you all already know I have problems every Sunday. So y'all see it on YouTube. However, I did want to just, for a moment, on a serious note, just speak on the ongoing concern that we have for all of the missing women and children across the United States. I don't know, I get kind of angered by the fact that there's so much going on. There's not enough emphasis of what is going on and trying to see how we could do better. We know that we have a lot of youth kids from walking home by themselves to going to school, different situations and what leads to whatever the case may be. But the thing I would like to, it's just really, really heartbreaking to see that it's over 64,000 missing women and children right now.
Right.
And again, in the Black community. So I don't know. I'm ready to wrap my hands around anything we can do to help. I've even, and speaking with Lisa, we were just talking about this before the show started. Wanted to challenge even the fitness directors out there. I don't know if it's something you all would want to consider as far as holding classes for youth as self-defense. I don't know how much involved you are with self-defense. However, it's just an idea, but some type of concept that we could come up with to kind of help our youth in some form or fashion.
Right.
Young girls and young boys are being influenced easily from easy conversations. We had this on our show. We had Anari Barrows that was here at the time, and she shared information regarding how it is easy for these traffickers to come onto college campuses and bus stops, etc., to have conversations with our youth, and they're easily influenced. So maybe it's just that maybe our kids need to have more conversations with us, or if they need assistance and counselors, therapists, whatever the case may be. I'm not certain, but I know that it hurts my soul. So I just wanted to put out, everybody seriously, have to look at the fact of what's going on these days. Protect your children, communicate with your children. Right. I know a lot of kids have cell phones now. There's trackers that you can put on their phones. Whatever the things that we can do to help our youth, let's get more involved with it, because this is very, very serious.
Right.
And again, I put a challenge out there. If there's any instructors out there, self-defense, what have you, that you're willing to open your doors to teach these youth, or even us women, because we need it too, self-defense classes, hit us on our page or post on your page, tag us so we'll be a part of it, or just let us know and we'll put the word out there. But we've got to really, really look at what's going on because this is really, really serious.
Right. Well, and I just wanted to mention, because our my mentoring group, I Love Me Mentoring, recently in the last month had someone come out and teach us some self-defense.
Awesome.
So if you all are tuned in, share the information. Maybe we can have them come back again and do it. But it was very useful, and it was easy. I think some people get overwhelmed because they're like, well, what if I can't do that? Or what if I don't have the nerve?
Right.
But it was some tips that would help even someone who's a little timid about if someone approaches me what to do. But we were just talking about it earlier when you stepped out for a minute, and now it's not even about the communication with your kids, because people are just grabbing children.
They're grabbing
from
them
their
next to
parents,
their
even
parents.
from their parents.
So
Exactly.
it's kind of like you have to be on extra alert, because I will say that I'm concerned even when my daughter is not with me, or grandbaby, the moment you're putting the baby in the back of the car. I know I have done small things like accidentally I figured out, how you pull into a space and then someone approached my window and was asking me a question about directions, but I was parked in, and I was like, okay, from now on, let me back in, so that if I have to hit the gas, because you don't think about those things.
Yeah, and I don't ever back in. That's a good thing. I never back in.
And I rarely do, but now I'm more conscious of it, because at that moment, my window was cracked, and luckily my doors were closed because I was sitting in the car.
Right.
But that could have been
it didn't even dawn on me that pulling in
Mm-hmm.
would leave me trapped. Right. Because I'm thinking nobody's behind me, but if they trap you in, you're in.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
I guess it's just about being more diligent,
diligent and aware,
and being a pain. I already told my husband I'm going to be a pain, because I'm going to say, go with me, and when you're independent, you used to moving on your own. I'm going to just make you go.
I was going to say, because like Black
I don't want to go by myself.
And even in shopping in general, most of us women, we do go by ourselves, because you're trying to get the meal for the family, or you're just picking up things for yourself. So it's just being aware.
Right.
And like you said, you just get snatched anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, they're literally walking up to moms in the store while they're walking down the aisle and pulling back and forth with them.
Right. And I was going to say, because
crazy.
that's one thing, but the other thing is that you see so many parents these days walking around. They're not holding their kids' hands. The kids are behind them.
Yep.
Not, I remember growing up, my mom, either you held onto her pant leg or whatever, or you were in front of her where you were visible at all times. But now, people are kind of...
They just let them wander.
Let them wander.
Yep.
And actually, the little boy that was missing right here in Oxon Hill, that's a block away from my house.
Yeah.
They found him.
They did find him.
Okay,
they found him.
Yeah.
So
when they find them, are they saying what happened?
I don't know what happened, because here's the thing that really perplexed me is the fact that I saw no one out searching for him, nothing like that.
And that's what I'm saying.
And like I said, it's literally a block
nothing
away from me. I live on Audrey Lane. Kennebec is the next street.
Wow.
And I saw no one out looking or nothing. I didn't even know about it until I heard about it on the news.
Absolutely.
And there's a bus stop directly in front of my house where the kids catch the bus. Now, the thing that really bothers me about that is I see the Hispanic parents out there with their kids.
Okay.
We are not. Those kids are out there, and I see them. I make sure, generally speaking, I walk my dog in the morning when those kids are out there. And I keep an eye on them.
And see, that's
We
good.
We let them
there's some
just
people
kinda
that do
go
that.
Well,
and
yeah,
assume
yeah.
that it's
It's
right
gonna
up
be
the
okay.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, even
that's
the
what
other
they
day,
decide.
I saw a situation where I don't know what the situation was, but it just didn't look right. It could have been very innocent, but I was driving past, so I wasn't in a position where I could even U-turn or go back. But it was a little girl. She might have been 6 years old, and a car was parked at the curb with the back door open. There were shaded windows, and you could tell that someone was telling her to come because she was walking towards the door. But now I'm seeing it as I'm driving and thinking,
that something that you could have probably...
I didn't know, but I was looking at it, and I kept saying, so I'm
Right.
looking in my rearview mirror like I can't crash.
I do that all the time.
But I'm looking like, this don't look
Yeah.
right. This don't look
Yeah.
right. And then she didn't seem, because I'm trying to drive forward and
She
look
didn't seem like she
backwards,
was in
but she didn't
harm.
seem like she was nervous, but it was kind of like...
But you still never
you just don't know.
You
Yeah.
don't know.
And that's part of it too,
Yeah.
because people don't know, they assume, and they just, like you said, no one does anything.
Exactly.
So it's very
Exactly.
scary.
Exactly.
It's very scary.
We've got to do better.
We've got to
and
do
about
better.
communicating in regard to
Yes.
our children. But just I want to shout out to a friend of mine, Master Samuel Scott, owns a martial arts studio.
Okay.
On Ritchie Road, I think it's on Ritchie Road.
Okay.
Out that way. I can't even think of the name of the business, but he's on Facebook, Master Samuel Scott.
Okay.
And he does a lot for the community in that regard.
Okay,
And he does teach children and women.
Yes.
So if they wanted to enroll, I don't know if he wanted to maybe participate. Hey, Sam. yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out.
But you're saying that
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons I wanted to shout out or challenge even any type of instructors because I like his classes. Let people know you do that.
Yeah.
Because for myself as a woman, I would love to do a class for self-defense. If I didn't know we had anything, especially in our area, that's offered. So it needs to be. You have a business like that. Let people know about it.
Exactly.
Because that can help somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then going back to what you're saying, I'm in a store the other day, for example, and it's a gorgeous little 2-year-old just walking around. Her mom's at the counter trying on the jacket.
And she's doing something
back
else.
turn. So I sat there and I watched.
Yeah.
Because luckily we were in a female store. That majority of females would be in, no males would be coming in and set off the street. But had it been that one person, it's not just men that's taking kids.
I was going to say, because if you look at the people they've been arresting,
it's been women.
A collaboration of men and women.
So I'm sitting there and I watched her and I said, and I timed her. It took her mother all of maybe 2 minutes before she even started looking for this child.
Yeah.
And it
takes
takes
that's
a couple
crazy
of
to
seconds
me.
for somebody to snatch a child.
That's all it takes. And then you get infuriated. It's like, ma'am, can you?
Really? I was just telling her about
Really?
at Forestville Mall not a month ago at the little t-shirt stand. Where you stand there and the girl was standing there. She had 2 little ones, maybe one that was barely walking and one that was just good at walking.
Right.
And they were behind her, but she was talking to the guy, and so of course my eyes just kind of went to the kids because I know sometimes with young moms it's a lot. So I'm just always watching. But there was a guy here, there was a guy there, and the kids were just kind of wandering, and the little girl was looking at her little brother. And then the next thing, so I watched them and didn't say anything until the little boy walked all the way over to the other side of the mall into one of the stores. So I said, "Excuse me, your kids," and then she just kind of looked at me like
you're not supposed to say anything. But you know what? And that's part of another part of the problem is that we are afraid to step up and say something to people because you don't know what their retaliatory practices are. They're gonna get all bent out of shape, kind of thing. I don't care. Get bent out of shape because you know what? At the end of the day, those are my kids too.
Exactly.
Because
and I would
it does still take a village.
Let me know if mine I don't have little ones anymore, but if I got them out of my sight, I want you to help me out to do something. But
exactly.
I'll deal with. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but that's what I was looking for. Like you weren't. But I mean, I guess she does this everywhere she goes. But it's scary because you trusting that all of these people around you are not waiting for you to turn your back.
Exactly.
And then you'll be angry with the world because somebody walked off with these kids. And it haunts me at night to just think about when that happens. Then what?
Exactly.
I mean, because one of the videos they were sending in your inbox when the guy said it, that just kind of made me cringe. He said, "Look, if somebody takes you, you might as well be on the moon.
You're right.
Because you don't know. You're not going to be around the corner. They're going somewhere else.
To another state, somewhere like that. But a friend of mine just said on the live, she just said that she bought her little baby watch that has a GPS tracker.
Yeah, and I think that's a great option.
Too young
my mom was saying that.
Trackers,
exactly. If they're too young for even a cell phone.
Because on the phones now they're actually putting trackers. They're actually putting trackers on it too, though.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You can share it indefinitely.
So that's what I did for my grandchildren. I told my daughter, put the tracker, give me the information for me to be able to track them as well.
Right.
I'm tracking her
you have
too.
to.
I mean, I want to know where everybody is.
But and just kind of old school too. Let me know when you headed out.
Absolutely.
Let me know that you heading out.
And
where
you're going.
And who you're going. Because I want to know your business. Because I want to make sure I can tell you.
Sometimes it's annoying, but
I know,
right? I appreciate it.
I'm single and I live alone, but when I get ready to go somewhere, somebody knows where I'm going.
I don't know if y'all remember, but back in the day, we used to, and I don't know if you do this now, but I know when we used to go out, I used to call my girlfriend. If I was going out on a date that I didn't know who this was, I'm giving you the tag number.
Everything.
I'm giving you the description of the car. I'm giving you his photo from whatever.
We did that.
What was it? It was before Facebook, whatever the website we was on.
Black Planet.
Black Planet.
No.
You talking about MySpace?
Yeah, Black Planet. You're right.
I never had either one of those.
Any of those.
Yes, we did though. That's what we did.
We sent the pictures. That's what we did.
We weren't even ashamed of it. It was
No,
like, okay.
we let them know. Yeah,
I would even tell them before the tag number. Can I get your tag number?
Absolutely.
Okay. And then I would take a picture.
We had a rule as girlfriends that if we went out and like say somebody wanted to take us to breakfast or whatever, everybody comes to the car. And we all get the information. And if we don't hear from you by X time, then we coming after.
And we ain't leave each other.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got.
Oh no, we never did that either.
We didn't leave each other either. It was like, girl, you better come on here. Ain't nobody got time for that. Get his phone number and call him tomorrow. But we are leaving. Okay. So, but now they just kind of like, okay, whatever.
No.
Where they do that at?
If y'all go together, leave together.
Well, but you know, and the
be
sad
responsible
thing,
for each other.
The sad thing is that they're saying that it's not just even sex trafficking either.
Right.
Organ trafficking is the other thing. Because I always say, well, I'm a little too old for them to be worried about sex trafficking, but. You know what I'm saying?
So that puts even our men and our young, young boys, because they were. It was hype for the young boys at one time. Yeah. So it's like nobody's safe. This world is just a very different.
But we gotta say something.
Spotlighted in the news, in the media, like. A lot of people don't even know about it.
Well, but the fact that it's our community is what the problem is in terms of not getting the information out there. Right. Because we tend to not speak to each other even to say hello.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, if it's not for social media, and then we know that mass media is certainly not going to put us out there like they would exactly highlight anything regarding us unless it's on a negative aspect.
Right.
And us disappearing is not a negative thing to a lot of them. So
the key is us.
Yeah, exactly. We
got
to be diligent.
We got to care about each other.
Do something.
Yeah.
But that's something we need to work on because
we absolutely do.
We are not good at. Looking out for each other.
We've got to be one another's keepers for sure.
Hey, what's going on? Okay, but if something looks crazy. Or if I'm looking at you crazy, but I'm not saying anything, but I'm looking at you, my eyes.
That means something.
I mean, ask a question or something. You know, say something. You know, give me an opportunity, but don't just be like,
let it be like, well, why you looking at me like that?
Yeah, that's what.
That not be the answer, please.
Oh, this is again.
I have seen male and female confrontations. As a matter of fact, right out here in front of Rio's one day, a little boy had a little girl pinned all up on the wall. All in her face like this. I got out of my car. I walked over there and I asked her, "Are you okay?" She was crying. She was in tears. He was abusing her right out here in the parking lot. Exactly. And I told him, he's telling me, "I'm gonna call who you want because I'm gonna be right here until she's safe." So it doesn't matter.
Wow.
You know, and that's just who I am, and that's what I would do for whomever. It doesn't matter.
I'm the same way.
I could have put myself in harm's way. I don't care.
Right.
But you're not going to bother her today.
That's right.
Not if it's in my...
Right, not today.
Where I'm seeing it.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah, because I can't walk in. That's one of the reasons why I don't ride the metro no more.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff going on the metro. I say I probably never make it home because I don't know how to not respond to if there's an elderly woman or if there's a young... And I'm supposed to just sit there. I don't know how to do that.
But no, honestly, that's what's lacking, though, is that people are afraid of the youth. Older people, a lot of us are afraid. We ain't gonna say these kids are crazy. No, but they're crazy because you're not saying anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody is checking them.
Yeah, we gotta do better.
That's why they're so out of control. Nobody's checking them.
We have got to do better.
Yeah.
So that was what I wanted to share today.
Well, good one.
Yes,
and we need to continue.
I'm upset.
It needs to be an ongoing conversation.
We need to continue to talk about it.
We definitely will.
It's something that's not before it gets to a place where it's like, okay, everybody's kind of scared now, we should always be, trying to help each other and know what's going on because it's going on a lot more. It was going on long before we got hyped to. Yeah.
It wasn't going on in our communities as much though.
Right. Or we weren't paying attention.
Right. Well, I don't think we were as a high commodity as we are now, I think is what the issue is.
That's true too. Yeah. I also think it's because it wasn't happening to us right here.
Yeah.
We always see it, but it
somewhere else.
Wasn't happening in DC. But now it's in Oxon Hill, it's in Laurel.
Yeah.
It's like it's right here. Now open your eyes, like.
Yeah, and one person, Lakeisha, said that it's to the point that so much has happened that we're desensitized when we see it now.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it scary.
And that's with everything. And that's with everything.
What conversation I was having with somebody, what I said, you know what? The weird thing about this is I think we've probably seen things happening, been right there, and did not know that that's what was happening because we just weren't in tune to it.
Right.
You know, because sometimes you just kind of block yourself off
Mm-hmm.
from what's going on around you because people got issues with you being in it, business, whatever.
And put your phones down when you're with your kids, when you're out there walking
pay
around. My
attention.
daughter is watching. I'm talking to you, Jeff.
I need you not to call her out on the show.
I love you.
That was not our idea.
That was not our
No,
idea.
they're used to that. They don't, they're my kids.
I know I do it to mine too.
But no, they're good at that. They're good
It's
at
a lot of
that.
young
And
kids
she's actually a
walking around with
commissioned
headphones
officer,
and
so
not
she
paying
carries that kind of
attention.
stuff. So I'm not worried about her. She'll
Well,
cap
she's
one
one
real
of the
quick.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people do need to put your phones down.
Yeah.
You
Be
know,
more
watch your
aware.
kids
It's
and
Pay
be aware of your
attention to
surroundings.
surroundings.
Take your headphones out
That's
of
what
here.
I'm saying. Yeah, take your headphones
Because
out.
you can't even hear somebody approaching you
That's
if
the other
you've
thing.
got music blaring in
And I
both of
can't
your
do
ears.
that.
You know, now
I do that.
but
all
you
the
know,
time.
now they even
I
drive
do
with
it my
earphones on, which I
headphones.
thought was
Right.
illegal.
Yeah.
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
But I see it all the time.
Yeah.
All the
All
music
the time.
is,
The
yeah.
big, they do the big ones too.
The
I'm like,
The
what is
sound
listen to
canceling
them.
ones. Like you can't hear
That's
the
a little
ambulance.
much.
What
What
are
are
you
you
doing?
doing?
But I literally thought that was illegal, like long time
I
ago.
think it is.
I thought it was.
But
too.
so is talking on the
But
phone.
see, to be
People
aware of
don't
my
care about
surroundings,
that.
I would wear one in my ear and wear one
Right,
out.
so then
but
if
I
you can
can't
hear.
do both.
No,
not
me
hear
either.
what's around
But
me.
Yeah.
you still can't hear everything with this one in your ear.
I
either.
can.
Really?
I'm gonna make sure I can.
You
me
missing
too.
something.
I
though.
might be missing something.
Yeah, because
I ain't gonna say I can hear everything.
The equilibrium.
Your
Balance.
equilibrium is
So-
yeah, it's in balance when you
Yeah.
because I can still hear,
Put it on
but I'm
pause.
not hearing it on the immediate. Like you're
I just
hearing
make
it.
myself aware.
Yeah.
Is what I do.
It's
Because
not-
I do
it's
that
not
too
in stereo.
sometimes, but I do know that when I
Yeah.
take it out, I still hear, you know.
You have a little close. You have a little
Well,
close.
but what happens is by the time you're hearing it, they're up on you.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's nothing you can
Exactly.
do.
That
So-
elbow works real good.
Oh
now.
yeah, that's the
Trying to
strongest.
tell you.
They said that's
Hey,
the
I
strongest part of your body,
I don't mean no
elbow.
harm, y'all, but I want more than an elbow.
No,
I don't even
I'm
want you to
talking
get.
about the start.
I don't even want you to get that close to me.
Hey,
I don't
that-
want you to get
Right,
that close.
You know what I'm saying?
because if you arms
Something's
length, then I'm
coming out.
vulnerable at the end of
Right,
the day.
right.
Seriously.
Mhm.
So I need
Yeah.
to be able to spray you or do whatever I can do from a
And
distance.
prepare to do it.
Exactly,
Yeah,
from
so-
a distance
Just be
before you
in
even
preparation.
get
So
close up on me.
Yeah, I'm not putting
Yeah.
nothing in my ears, and I said y'all can call me paranoid if you want to, but I
I'm
am
gonna be
watching
safe, yeah.
where
Yeah.
my car is parked, and I'll stand
And that's
in-
another
Yeah.
thing. When your
inside.
car is
Watch out with
parked.
these
But they told the
bands.
ladies, ask somebody in the store to walk you to your car.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pay attention. I've been
Mhm.
followed on Suitland Parkway. Didn't realize I was being followed.
In your car?
I was in my car, and of course I'm guessing, but all roads lead to something weird was going on.
Right.
Because when I was going down Suitland Parkway, the guy rode past me quick, fast. He was just went on past. Okay, that happened.
Mhm.
But while I'm still driving up the road, somehow he slows down, and then he's in that same fast lane, but then he slows down to the point where I actually passed him, which was weird.
Right, because he
So
was
then he
trying
got
to check
over.
you out
Oh,
at that
yeah.
point.
And then I got off the ramp at
Orange Avenue?
right there by right where the station
Crystals?
is. I got off there. He followed me there, but because he so strangely got behind me, I was already watching him.
Right.
So then I went down because I had, I lived there at one point, so I was going down by where the Rite Aid used to be, and I said, let me make a turn right here.
See if he's actually
and see if
following.
he's following me. He made
And
the
he-
turn,
Oh,
but what I
no.
did was I went down another street that I knew was a dead end,
Mm-hmm.
where I would have to turn around. There were people outside. It was daylight, but I
Mhm.
said, if he goes
Be
down this
careful,
street,
Oh, he's following you.
then he's
Sure.
following me. So when I went down the street where I had to turn
Mhm.
around, he came down that street.
Right.
So when I turned around, we were passing each other,
Mhm.
and he just looked. It was a black guy, and he just kind of looked at me, and I looked at him like,
Yeah, I
Not
see
today.
you.
Exactly.
no.
You don't
so
know what
then
I got
just
over
said,
here.
I was about to say, did you give him a look like, okay,
I
what's
did,
up?
because I mean I was
Put your hand
scared,
in
but
your
I looked
pocket,
at him
put
like,
your hand
I
in
know
your
what you're
purse.
doing, so
Right, right.
you can continue this if you
Yeah,
want to, but
yeah.
we headed to the police station
Yeah.
or wherever, and
Because
of
that's
course
the
I'm
next-
making
where
calls
you
by
gonna
that
ride.
point.
Right.
But then when he came out, he went back the way he came in. Like he went back to the main street, back to Sylvia Road, which I thought was odd. Because then why would you come in here?
Down
So
here,
that
if
means
you
he
had no
knew
business.
you.
in
Yeah.
it.
So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he must have been following
Yeah,
me.
yeah, sounds like it.
And you got, and that's what I'm telling people, even these young women that are driving, pay attention to people who
Well,
are going
and-
everywhere you
exactly.
go.
And another thing, I had told my daughter, not this one, but my oldest daughter, when she first bought her house, I went to Houston to visit, and she had the kids in the car. She opened the garage and got everybody out of the car before the garage door closed. I told her, no, you stay in the car with the doors locked until that door is all the way down.
Absolutely.
Because somebody can slide in under that door.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
While you busy getting the kids
too.
out and all that other kind of stuff, and you're not even aware because you busy
Trying to
getting everything together to get in the house.
But
no, you gotta wait until that door is down.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And just like if you out shopping, ladies, if you go in the store and you come back out and you see 2 vans on the opposite side of your car, please do not go to your car.
Okay, go
Please
somewhere
do not go to
else.
your
Go
car,
get a
go back
security
in, get a
guard.
security guard, do
Ask
something,
somebody
but be
to
aware of your
escort you.
surroundings.
Yeah, I'm not squeezing in to get in my car.
I'm not squeezing in nothing.
No, I'm not
Not
doing
next to
all
no
of
2
that.
vans, no.
Look,
I ain't
Not even that.
Not even a car.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying that to be,
Yeah.
you know, for as,
Yeah.
go, as wide.
I
as
will.
you
I'll
can,
go
but
wait.
If it's a
because
car
I'm
that's
like,
too close,
Yeah.
or you know anything out of the ordinary, please go.
and
get
I gotta
somebody
maneuver
over
my
to.
to get in my driver's seat. No, I'm gonna need.
If you gotta put your
I'll be
bum
like,
in the
come on,
car, you don't need to get in the car.
You come
Yeah.
on.
And as soon
shopping,
as I
and
get
I'll
in
go
my
back
car,
later.
I lock my
No.
doors.
Yes.
Before I even put my seatbelt, put the key in, I lock my doors
Right.
when I get in my car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
When
So,
I'm
yeah,
riding,
we
I
gotta
lock
be
my doors. People on the
definitely-
side of the road, my windows are rolled up, my doors are locked. I'm sorry. You're not getting me. Not today.
Not
We
today,
really
not
need to take
tomorrow,
it.
not next year.
We
So
care
then
about
we
our,
gotta
our
we
youth
gotta
in
do
our
better.
community.
'Cause
Yeah.
So we gotta do better.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that that young man has been found.
Yes,
Yeah.
they get fine.
And at some point, I'm not sure what it takes, but some of these children, if they can speak out about their experiences, to help other kids to be aware of, you know,
Right.
what in his circumstance or that situation caused, or where he was, or if someone snatched him, or if it was conversation or whatever, so that kids could be aware.
Or maybe he
Yeah,
ran
they
away.
might
I
be-
don't
That
even
was,
know.
I mean, it
because I don't
might
know
be
what the
traumatic for
situation was.
him, but I don't know. to
How
what
old was
extent.
he? 'Cause
I think
I
he
mean-
was
11.
Yeah, it might be a lot.
Yeah.
It might
Or
be.
they might be still
But then you have some that
investigating
don't mind
something,
speaking
and
out
then
at
they
that age
can't.
too.
Right.
Because if
So,
they're investigating it, then it's probably I
Yeah.
don't know. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how that.
they're not going to divulge.
So,
Yeah.
we
But
just
I mean,
gotta be
thankful
aware.
for everybody who's found.
Yes.
Who, just praying. You know, more than praying though, but you know, just praying that people just become more diligent about what they do.
Absolutely.
We can be grateful for social media because it's been a help. Honestly, just in
has.
getting the word out.
It
has.
has.
Like I said, the little boy is a street away from me, and I didn't know until I saw it
Right.
on social media.
But my timeline has been flooded with just missing kids,
Yeah.
missing women,
Yeah,
missing
yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So we've got to do better.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to move into our guests. Thank you all.
Thank you. Yes, it was a good conversation. It was a great
Good
topic.
conversation. Go ahead, you can move it.
Okay.
I'm going to put it over here. Let me use your McDonald's cup. You don't want to buy this thing.
And I take a drink. Look, you,
Listen, lady.
look, she don't want me to drink a soda. I'll give you a hand soda.
You don't drink soda, Andy?
I don't.
See, I don't either yet.
I'm so sorry. Well, today we have Miss Tiara Slater,
Hey.
CEO of Queen Designs LLC, and we have Miss Andrea
Hines, hey.
Hines of Designs. It's DIS.
IGNS, number
Yes,
4
for
letter U.
I know that's right. And we're going to have these ladies share with us as we're getting prepared for Black Friday, shopping experiences, all of that. We're going to have them share their shine with us in regards to how they started their businesses, what they have to offer, how you can get in touch with them, and just see some of their products. I know Miss Tiara bought some things. I do have on one of Miss Andrea's pieces that she
yes.
Right.
She's gonna show us.
I
Okay,
will
show
show
right
y'all.
here. Show right here. There you go.
I will show you guys. But she'll talk more about that
I
as we
will.
get into her. So, Tiara, you want to take the floor? sweetheart?
Sure. So, hey everybody.
Hey.
We're back up. But my name is Tiara Slater. I am the CEO of Queen Designs LLC. I'm a young lad. I'm only 25. About to be 26
nice.
in February.
All right.
Shout out to all the Pisces out there.
Pisces, okay, I gotta give you a
Pisces.
shout out.
Yes.
That's my son, so I gotta-
February.
He's
Or
March.
March.
He's March.
Early
Okay.
March.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a difference.
It's
It
a
is.
difference.
In all of them, it's a difference.
It
It's a
is.
difference
Yeah.
all
Late
sides.
February.
I do have to say yes.
But so I actually started my graphic design business right after college.
Okay.
I graduated from the illustrious North Carolina A&T State.
Nice.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So I graduated actually 2016,
Okay.
3 years ago.
Okay.
And I kind of just knew that I've always been a go-getter, goal-driven person. I always knew that I wanted more for myself. So I always had this mindset of more. And I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur like my senior year of college. And I knew that I wanted to start a business, but I didn't know how or what I was going to do. So I studied graphic design, and I always knew that I wanted to be an artist. So I wanted to stay in that field. But I was like, okay, well, what can I do with this graphic design? So I stuck with graphic design. I specialize in all print design, so logos, flyers, posters, mixtape, album covers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like literally anything print related. Yeah.
Okay.
That's me. Yeah, so anything print related, that's me. So Queen Designs has actually been running for 2 years now. Next year, January, will be 3 years. Okay. So yeah, well, I lied. 2 years. 2017 is when I got my LLC.
Okay.
And then I actually, so after Queen Design started, I started my first graphic design business. Well, my first graphic design job. I actually work for the Washington Blade right now.
Okay.
Which is the LGBT newspaper.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm doing graphics there. I lay out the DC paper.
Okay.
So within my first year being there, I am the only African American woman there.
Really?
So I'm surrounded by all, Caucasians. So just being there, it's like I knew who I was, but I didn't really know who I was as a black woman.
Right.
I was surrounded by all these white people, and I was just like, they was asking me questions I didn't know, and having conversations with me about black communities that I didn't know. And I was like, I should know these answers. I should know this stuff. Mm-hmm. So I started to do research. I started to just look up videos. I was just doing like a lot of just research, trying to find out who I was as a black woman. So I started this series called Black is Gold.
Okay.
And it really initially was just for me. Like I was just trying to uplift myself. I was really like on a low spirit. I was depressed. I was suffering from anxiety and just self-esteem issues, confidence, all this different stuff. So I was
some things we all go through.
Yeah, like I just wanted to just uplift and empower myself. So I was like,
that's good.
Art does that for me. It uplifts my spirit. It brings me joy. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. So I was like, I know I'm not the only black woman, black men. Well, I'm not a black man, but I know I'm not the only black person in the world that feels like this. Right. So I wanted to put my art out there for all blacks, for the whole black community. So that's what Black is Go is. It's a platform just to empower us, to keep us positive, to keep us motivated in this crazy world that we're living in. I'm tired of living in a society where I feel like we have to water down who we are to accommodate them, to basically have this facade walking around like being ashamed of who we are, the skin that we're in. I want my art to represent blacks, light skin, brown skin, chocolate. Like I want us to be comfortable in the skin that we're in. I want us
need to
be
unapologetic about who we are.
Yes, I want us to just love us, love the skin that we're in. Black is beautiful, and my art is for black community, for the black community. But I want all races to know that black is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with being black.
Right.
The shade of the light skin.
Saying black is
right.
not saying somebody else isn't.
Wouldn't want to be nothing else.
Right.
We're magical.
Like that's all we know.
And that's it. It's saying somebody's beautiful does not mean that someone else isn't.
It's not. Exactly.
Right. Yeah, there is no negative with it.
Exactly.
It's
just having confidence in our culture.
Yes.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
That is absolutely
Black is
wonderful.
gold.
Black is gold.
Yes.
Absolutely. We go out in the sun, y'all. Look at our skin.
It gets golden.
That's right.
Shimmering. Yes.
That's right. And you started this in 2017.
I started Black is Gold in 2018.
In 2018. Okay.
So this year, actually. Well, this is
2019.
Yes.
Last year, summer.
Okay.
So I hit my 1 year anniversary in June.
Right.
Okay.
It's about the same time I started.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. And what kind of things do you have?
So I have canvas art.
That's down there in the bag that you pull out.
Show some goodies. Let's see.
Like, why are you hiding your stuff?
And I did not bring my stuff.
That's what I just said to you.
I know. It's in the car, though. Yes, that's right. We'll use your ring.
Yeah, use
my
ring.
bracelet.
Yeah.
Do we have a
so we can see some of these things.
I have notebooks.
Oh, how nice.
So I have small notebooks and big notebooks. They're all college ruled, so you can write.
I don't think I'm gonna turn.
Wonderful.
Yeah, let me turn it around. See if there you go. Okay.
And all of them.
Are those your designs?
Yes, ma'am. They are.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. Oh,
Thank you. A lot of my designs, they are They have a lot of like affirmations and
Yes.
adinkra, which are basically just symbols that represent concepts or aphorisms.
Right.
So a lot of them have like wisdom, bravery, faith.
I have that piece.
Yeah, you have this one.
Might I add from the Ghanaian people is.
Yes,
I don't want
yes,
to
it is.
I have them all over my back. That's why I know.
Yes.
I think I showed you.
So I have
Lucky.
Really cute.
Oh, that is so
piece.
cute. Let me, while you taking that, I'm gonna hold this.
Yes,
I
I have
absolutely love her
endless
face.
products, y'all. So I have mug. I didn't bring everything, but I have mugs, shower curtains.
You got a mug
phone
there?
Case. No, I don't have mugs. But I have makeup bags.
Oh my gosh, you look.
Oh, look at that. That's cute.
That is cute.
Yes.
Look.
I have so many products. Mouse pads for those that work near a computer every day.
Yes.
And
I'm
I
just
have tote
looking.
bags.
Oh, that's so
Very
bad.
nice.
Yes.
Look at all these. That's cute.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
oh,
you.
Yeah.
Now you also do, if someone gives you a portrait, you do.
Oh yes, so I also do custom illustrations. So by me being a digital artist, y'all can give me any picture y'all want. I'll customize a digital cartoon. Well, a lot of people say cartoonized, but it's digital art, digital illustration.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
already ready.
So all of the products that you
Oh my
see,
God.
I can customize it and put it on whatever you want. If you want a picture of you and your husband, or you and your kids, it could be on a pillow, it could be on a canvas, it could be on a
You
notebook.
know what? Oh my gosh.
Her mind is going a mile a minute now.
Yes, it is. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed right now because.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk. Yeah. Okay.
That is wonderful,
Thank
Tiara.
you, thank you.
I'm about to.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
so
I'm about to.
let
Yeah.
them know what you got coming up.
Okay, so by the holidays coming up, y'all, I do a lot of deals. I do a lot of sales. So I currently have a holiday sale going on right now. I'm doing 20% off canvas arts. So that's with the Black is Gold collection and also customs.
Okay.
So with the 20%, that comes with free shipping. So that sale's going on right now.
Okay.
You go on my site. If you want a Black is Gold collection, you can go on my site and use the code everythingblack,
Okay.
all one word. If you want a custom illustration, you can email me at queendesigns with the s18@gmail.com. And then
And that's design, just spell like designs, right?
yes,
Okay.
regular designs, Queen Designs.
We got,
Yeah.
we got to make sure.
Yeah, we gotta make sure.
Got it,
Well,
yeah.
there's a significance
Andrea's got
behind
some- yeah.
the DI on mine. So.
Understand it.
This is
So
Thank
how?
you.
So what? That is adorable. What are your sales coming up? Are you going to be somewhere?
Okay, well, yeah, I do have a pop up coming up.
okay.
But since Black Friday and Cyber Monday is coming up, y'all, I
Yes.
have a Black Friday sale. Both of these sales you cannot beat. I have 30% off canvases, 10% off of all my merchandise, so makeup bags, notebooks, shower curtains, everything that you see on my site is 20% off plus free shipping.
Okay.
So literally, like, you cannot beat that sale.
Right.
So you
Right.
might as well
That's
go
good
ahead.
sale.
And support.
Support.
That's right.
And that's actually going on this Friday, and it'll be for the whole weekend. So Friday,
Okay.
Saturday, and Sunday, this sale will be going on. And then Monday, December 2nd, I think, right? Is Monday? Cyber Monday.
Is it already?
I think it is.
Yeah. it
Okay.
is.
Dang.
I know,
It's
right?
December already, right? I'm
Wow.
doing 10%
Bad
off
season.
my products and free shipping. And then the canvas art is 50% off. So that's
Wow.
all the Black Gold collection and custom design.
Nice.
50% off, y'all.
Now, do you, as a graphic artist and having your line, do you look for companies that market your material?
No, I haven't.
So, because I noticed, I don't know if you're familiar with Society 6.
Mm-mm.
Look them up
You
because
said Society?
Society
Society.
6.
Okay.
She does, or he, I'm not sure who it is, but that website they do a lot of artists, individual artists material.
Mm-hmm.
So they put your material on there with your name and what have you.
Nice.
That's the only one I've seen like that.
Okay.
I may not know it entirely, but
There's some galleries around here too.
and galleries definitely.
There's one
Right.
right over off of Allentown Road that does specifically black art.
Mhm.
But I know she puts other people's art in there. I don't
Yes.
know what the deal is with that, but and then we'll be talking. I have a team I need you to be joining, but we'll talk later. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
This is so cute.
Awesome.
And that's a 16 by 16 pillow. They come bigger and they come smaller.
Okay.
I love that piece. Sierra, you are awesome.
Thank you.
So please tell everybody how they can reach you.
Okay, so I am on Instagram at _ Queen Designs with the S __. I'm on Facebook at Tiara. That's TIARA, the original spelling.
It's in the baby book.
It's in the baby book.
That's what I'm saying. It's in the book.
It's in the book.
That's right.
Tiara Slater, SLATER. You can reach me by email at queendesigns18@gmail.com.
Wonderful.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
And you said you had a pop-up coming up.
Oh, and I do have a pop-up coming up December 14th.
Okay.
My birthday, hey.
That is your birthday. You just said that. Yes. So, the African American, so it's the Prince George's African American Museum.
Oh,
Culture
right.
Center
Yeah.
in
Nice.
Brentwood.
Yeah.
They are having a winter motherland. I think they actually started November 14th.
That's crazy.
So they're like doing something every day,
Okay.
and they are having a pop-up every Saturday. So I'm going to do one on December 14th. And I'm also volunteering there too, y'all. So if y'all do come, y'all
Do they have
come
a
out
flyer or
there.
something?
They do. I
That
can
you
send it
give
to
us?
you.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah,
And let
and I've
everybody
seen
know
that
what that
because
museum is? Because I didn't even know
It's
we had one
on,
in
I
it's
didn't
on
either.
Brentwood.
County. That's
It
crazy.
is, and that's the
That's
crazy
crazy.
thing.
Yeah.
It's on the Merlin side of Rhode Island Avenue.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody, you gotta check that out.
Check it
Yeah,
out.
we'll
yeah, give us the
share the
information so
flyer.
you can
I
share.
will.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. A lot
Did
of people
not
don't
know.
even know about that. museum,
Absolutely
but
did not know.
Okay,
It's
and
out.
can you share some of your how much of the
Your prices?
The notebooks.
the notebook?
So the 8.5 notebooks are 15, and the smaller ones, these are 5x8. These are 10.
Okay.
The mouse pads are 15. The makeup bags are 35. The pillows, the 16 by 16. I also have sequin pillows too, y'all. So
You have one with you? I saw some glittering in there.
I don't have
No, that wasn't a pillow. It was
That's my
Yeah.
tablecloth.
Okay,
Right, that's what I
saw
thought
some
it was.
glitter.
But it is like this though. It's sequin.
it has
just
that
like
on it.
this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So the sequin pillows are 35, but the regular satin pillows are 30.
Now with the sequin pillow, is that the one that if you brush it one
Yep,
way, the
mhm,
picture
and
is
it's
there,
one
and
way
then you
and-
brush
yep.
it there? Oh,
So
that-
you do it with
those
the
are so
picture?
cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen
You
them.
saw every
Yeah.
day.
Because I saw an ad or something on Facebook and was getting ready to order something. Okay,
Right,
so
where
we're
you
talking.
brush it. Yeah.
So
Custom
you weren't planning on
design
being
done.
not busy. Okay. Yeah, and the custom thing I love.
Yeah.
I love the costume
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
All over that. Thank you.
And think
so
about those
much.
those prices, you all, and that this is Black Friday, so there's some deals
Absolutely.
going on
So
to
just
kind of
think
get
about the sale.
some of the
That's
things.
20%
Yeah,
off.
Yeah.
you can't beat that. Okay,
Free
yeah.
shipping. You cannot beat that,
Yeah.
y'all.
That is awesome.
Y'all better catch her now because I have plans. Miss Tiara. This was wonderful.
Nice.
Thank you.
Excellent. I love it.
Absolutely.
Great work.
Yeah.
Great
Oh,
work.
Very
glory to
talented.
God. Glory to God.
Yes.
Yes.
Very talented young lady.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right. Well, we're going to move over to Miss Andrea.
I'm just gonna hold on this while you
Same name.
get all that stuff
Yeah.
back.
I know it feels good.
Stop trying to steal stuff over there.
I know, right? I'm shopping already. This is not a good idea, really.
I know. It's like, look, but every time I do a pop up or go out, I shop. She knows.
Yeah,
I patronized her,
Yeah.
but I
She
do.
got
I
you.
shop.
I
It's
did
part
too.
of just being
Patronized
of the
both,
collective
actually.
Yeah, when I've
community and
been, I
supporting
think I
others.
spend more money than I
I know I
make
did
because I'm
yesterday.
Like, yes, I do it.
I
all
always
the
bring a
time.
certain amount though. Just
Yeah, so I do too.
I go
It's a lot.
around,
Hmm.
pick what I want.
Yeah.
I do it. I come back with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want
Yeah.
to say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to start putting yourself out there because
He might
if
be.
he gonna check the trunk tonight, he's in trouble.
There's still stuff in the trunk.
Uh-oh.
From last time. Huh?
You can't remove
And
it
then
right
she put
away.
something else in there.
Just jokes.
Don't check the trunk.
Yeah. Tell
Oh,
there's a dead
shoot.
body in there.
Yeah, 'cause
You don't want to go in there.
I just
You
set
really
myself
don't.
up.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Andrea,
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
We're gonna let you get into your story.
Okay, my story. Anyway, Andrea Hines here, and I really don't have a story, but I do. I create jewelry.
Okay.
Metaphysical jewelry using sterling silver and copper. I use healing stones or crystals, as people like to call them. How did I get started? I was bored at work.
Really?
Okay.
I swear.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a surgical technologist. I don't do any kind of work now except for my business. But
Okay.
I'm a surgical technologist by profession. And I used to work nights.
Okay.
And when we weren't busy, I was bored. So I've always been very creative in all areas. I can draw, I can sew, I can do a bunch of things. So yeah. So so I just I decided to start. I belong to quite a few art groups on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm always, I was always perusing the pages. And I was like, seeing stuff, I can do that. So I started just stringing beads and stuff like that. And then it got to, I started selling earrings and things at work. And that's how I got started. That was my business before it became a legitimate business.
Okay.
But then I had the misfortune of getting hurt at work, which turned out to be a blessing because that gave me the opportunity to stay at home and hone my craft.
That's right.
So that was sort of affirmation for me that this was the path that I needed to be on, and this was something that I needed to be doing. And then as I started doing that, and I challenged myself to do something different other than just stringing beads and that kind of thing. And I work primarily from spirit. I don't draft any blueprints on my pieces or anything like that. I allow the stones to speak to me and let me know what they want to be. And so I sit down and it happens. It just happens. It's kind of magic, honestly.
Yeah.
It really is. Because when I'll do something even on spot for somebody
you did my ring on
sometimes.
the spot.
Yeah, and
She did it
it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Like most people are like, wow. I was like, do you trust me? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So and then they're in love with it. And then usually if I'm picking a stone for somebody, people kind of think it's weird, but I hug them to get their energy.
Okay.
Yeah. I hug them to get their energy, and then that dictates to me what
that,
stone
though.
is going to be good for them.
Because
as
then
a
it's
person.
specific to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So.
She's
I'll get you. No problem.
I
No
love
problem.
that. I love
Yeah.
it.
So my mission. Well, it's twofold actually, because I'm always. Since I was younger, I've been told that I was a communist. I hate this country, y'all. I do. I hate this country and everything that it stands for. I'm going to make that, and I don't care who hears it, okay? And I want to leave. I want to go home. And I am 59 now, so I'm on the decline, most likely. I sure probably don't have another 59 years, but I want to go home.
Where's
And
home?
my family is historically from Ghana. We were taken from Ghana. That's how I know about the Adinkra symbols. But so that was that helped manifest my business. And how am I going to sustain myself, because I'm tired of the plantation. Okay.
Right.
And I don't intend to go back to work. So, and I have no interest in living in a city or anything like that. I want to find a little piece of land somewhere where I can grow my food and people leave me alone and I'm good. Go to work when I want to, kind of thing, just to sustain myself. So that was one of my missions in terms of starting my business. And then the other one was the pain in that's okay. The pain in our community. We all suffer from PTSD. Okay.
Some form of fashion.
Exactly, but not post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
Post-traumatic slave disorder. Okay, which is a real thing.
It is.
That's passed down genetically, even from the centuries of hurt and oppression and all that. We all suffer from it, and so I want to heal my community. I love my people, and we are the last vestige of any kind of true civilization on this planet, in all honesty, because I look at other societies, and while we manifest destruction in our own communities, a lot of times that's a direct result of what we suffer from.
Right.
Okay, and then you look at other societies, and they don't necessarily have anything to do with healing us at all. They're not interested. I'm interested,
Right.
because we are part of this ecosystem.
Right.
Okay, and it's up to us to save our planet. And we have to be whole. We have to be healthy. We have to be of right mind.
Yes.
And so the healing crystals help with all of that. And so, I mean, it's just that was my other mission. It was the mission of love. And so every piece that I make is genuinely a piece from my soul, my spirit. And I take it to the ancestors most of the time and have them sanction what I'm doing as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a spiritual journey for me. It is. And at my age, I'm telling you, these youngsters, they blow me away. Because honestly, at 59, who recreates themselves? Right?
You.
Most people don't. Me. But I'm no stranger to
and you getting ready to show ready to show people that it can be done.
Well, yeah. And the thing is that you just have to not be afraid of yourself.
Absolutely.
Because like I said, I'm good at many things, but this past couple of years I have discovered probably more about myself than I had ever known. And so it's a really, really, really enlightening journey that's preparing me for where I'm going to end up.
I would say, look, I'm going to share with you that at when you, and I think we talked about this before, Andrea, but when you hit 50, actually when you hit 40, you do go into a different, something different happens.
Yeah.
But when you hit 50, which I didn't realize at 40 something, but when I hit 50, I was like, oh, it's on now.
Oh, yeah, because the thing is
I mean, seriously.
Well, your priorities change is what happens.
I can't, it's kind of like your whole energy, your thought process, the things that used to bother you don't bother you the same. You don't even tick the same. You just kind of like,
for a lot of people.
Roll off my back.
It's been a dual thing for me because I've kind of been this way my whole life. I've been a grounded person since I was a kid. And I'm an empath, which has been both a burden and a blessing.
Right.
Because with that, everybody's energy, you get overwhelmed. A lot of times you have anxiety and all this other kind of stuff because unless you know how to handle it and channel it and deal with it. So this just creating and using the stones and all that kind of stuff has helped me personally. I'm a much better person than I was 2 years ago when I started my business as well. I only became a legitimate business, and I'm not an LLC, but I'm a sole proprietor. A year ago. So, and that's a learning process too, because they really make it difficult for you to not be on the plantation. There's so many little hidden things that they don't tell you about that you need to do in order to do this and this and this. But anyway, so that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I mean, it's a therapeutic thing for me. I think a lot of times. And so I have dry spells where I can't create, but it only usually lasts for a day or two. And I generally create every day, just as because I don't have anything to do all day. I'm home.
And they're phenomenal. Thank
you. I know. I left my stuff in the car. Okay, but so anyway, the only thing I have on me a bracelet that I made that I'll show you guys. Okay. You can see, and it's Ethiopian willow opals and copper hand hammered, and that one for myself. Oh, my battery's low, so let me see you guys. I'm gonna close out my live. So I and my price points, they vary from $20 to over $100, depending on what the stones are, because some stones are way more expensive than others. And then also the medium, I work with copper and sterling silver. I would work with gold, but I can't afford it. So if somebody wants something, made out of gold, just buy your gold and I'll do it for you. But and I do custom pieces as well.
Oh, do you?
Oh, absolutely. I don't. I will never tell somebody that I can't do it because I'm gonna go home and figure it out. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, a young lady asked me to make a body chain. I had no idea what that even was, right? So yeah, I had to find out what it was, and then I dealt with spirit in regard to it, and she just gave me a few little details that she wanted, but I ended up adding some extra things that spirit told me I needed to put in it for her. And then her response was like, wow, just yesterday I was telling my sister I need some hematite and da-da-da-da. And then she wanted and then she wanted a crown, and she wanted rose gold on the crown. Spirit told me no, to do moonstone. And so, and then when I told her, she's like, that's my birthstone. So that's the kind of thing that manifests out of what I do. And it's a lot of fun. It kind of freaks me out sometimes a little bit.
Awesome.
Not that much, though, because I'm kind of used to it. But the thing is that when you are gifted ancestrally like that, it's scary when you're growing up. Okay, it's really scary. So I learned to just ignore it or not embrace it when I was younger because of certain things.
Much.
It was because I had some dreams that were bad dreams and they came true and things like that. And so it was really scary to me, and I didn't want that gift. And it also manifested me a lot of times as messages to other people, which really freaked me out because it was like, look, I don't even know that person. I'm not talking to them. Are you crazy?
Right.
But so I steered away from it. But now that I embrace our ancestral cultures, which I did not at one time, I embrace our ancestral culture. And so I'm not afraid anymore because I know that what I have, what I've been gifted with, is for the masses and not for me.
That's it.
And so, you know.
And here you said I don't have no story.
I don't have a story.
Don't have a story. Who said that?
Yes.
I don't have a
Yes,
story.
you do have a story,
honey.
Yes, you do.
So anyway, more about my business.
It's a fabulous story.
So now everybody knows, don't make me cry because I'm really sensitive. I'm really sensitive. That's the empath in me. If you see me crying, just ignore me. But so my business is DISIGNS, number 4 letter U. That's Designs for You. The DI instead of the DE is because my nickname is Dee Dee.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
And it's actually D's signs for you. Okay.
Oh.
Because
right.
on your Instagram, it is DI
Apostrophe,
Oh,
exactly.
it's got an apostrophe in it.
But on a lot of your URLs and stuff, they don't allow you to
You
put
can't put that,
punctuation.
right.
So you can't put that.
Gotcha.
So, but it's actually D's
Designs.
signs
I like
for you,
that.
which translates into designs. But let's see, I'm on Instagram at Designs for You, DISIGNS, number 4 letter U. On Facebook, it's actually my government name, which is Andrea Allende, ALLENDE Hines, HINES, at Designs for You on Facebook.
Okay.
I also have a personal page. I can even give you guys my phone number because it's all over my card anyway. If you want to call me up, you want to custom order, 202-749-9240. Leave a message because I screen my calls. Robocallers.
Someone asked, you have a website or is everything on your...
I do have a website. I'm going to take it down, so I won't even give that information.
Okay.
And I'm going to take it down because it's really hard when you do custom things and everything is an individual piece. It's really time consuming to take things down, put them up, and I do a lot of pop-ups and stuff. So it's really hard.
Same pieces.
No, I don't replicate anything. Everything is one of a kind. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to replicate anything if I tried because
if you did a website, we'll just kind of just promote.
Like I said, I have a website. Yeah, I have, and things are for sale on the website. But it's not well maintained, so I'm going to take it down. Okay.
So they can get in touch because I think someone was asking for your website. So they can contact you on your Instagram.
I'm going to give my email as well. It's Andrea, ANDREA, at Designs for You, DISIGNS, number 4 letter U.com is my email. You can check out my website if you want to. It's
and and she said your Facebook page again. What's your Facebook page again?
Andrea Allende, ALLENDE, Hines, HINES.
And we'll have her name in the post on Girls Gabbin as well.
You want to describe this piece?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So my hands
and that's okay. And so Andy's wearing a ring.
My hands is ashy.
Andy's wearing a ring.
They're not.
We were at a pop-up and she was admiring a Herkimer diamond ring. Let's see, is this the one that I custom?
Yeah, you did custom.
Yeah. Okay. And someone purchased it. So anyway, while we were out there, I went ahead and created another one for her, and that's Herkimer diamond in sterling silver. Okay. And Herkimer is just a clear quartz that's more powerful than a regular clear quartz, but it's given the name Herkimer because it's found only in Herkimer, New York.
Okay,
so that's where it got.
And what energy does it get?
Oh, geez, don't make me lie. But it's programmable. I always have my book because here's the thing.
I like that.
Yeah,
it's programmable.
Yeah, it is programmable. As all clear quartz. If you meditate with it and you meditate an energy into it, it will give you what you want from it, and then also it amplifies energy from other stones that you are coupling it with.
Ms. Andrea, I need to talk to you about
that.
Yeah,
absolutely. I refer to when I'm out. I know you probably saw. I have my book in a chart with me because I work with a lot of stones and. I am not even trying to remember, and I want people to have accurate information. Right. So I allow them to go ahead and look it up themselves if they want, or I'll look it up on my phone or whatever, but I don't try to remember all the stones. There's over 15,000 semi-precious gemstones, and so I'd be crazy to try to remember them.
Well, Maritza Gabrielle is like, I want one, so I'm sure she will be in touch.
Yes, you just be in touch. You can DM me on Instagram at DISIGNS, number 4 letter U. If DM me for anything. If you just go to my page and you see something that's there, if it's still available, you can buy it.
So Maritza, you got that, but we'll also post it too. So we'll make sure that you connect with her.
Right. And so I want to talk a little bit about upcoming events. As far as Black Friday goes, I'm not in town. I will be down in Richmond, Virginia at an event down there. And then coming back, it's on my phone. You know what? I did my, I'm going to just check my phone because it's all in my phone on my calendar. So I can't do my live anymore. Hold on. Okay, so that's 28th. No, this is the 29th. Okay, it's called Black Connections. It's at 2016 Staples Mill Road in Richmond, Virginia. Okay. And then on the 30th, I'll be in Congress Heights at the school over there.
Congress Heights Elementary?
Yeah, elementary school.
Okay.
I didn't even write down the address because it's right down the street from my house.
Congress Heights Elementary.
Right, but I'll be over there. But the biggest event that I've got coming up, and I've done quite a few in the past, fairly large, but this is the big, I've been selected to participate in Raw Art. I don't know, have you heard? Mm-hmm. Okay, there's a Raw Art DC. They actually are worldwide. They're based out of California, and they go through a vetting process. And I applied, and they accepted my application. So I need you guys to buy tickets, okay?
Wow. I think I've heard of that before.
It's the Fillmore in Silver Spring.
Okay,
and that's going to be on December 17th. Okay. The tickets are $20. If you go to, I actually have a promo on Facebook to raise money to help me because it's $500. I can't afford that. I'm just, to help me pay for it. Mm-hmm. Or you can buy tickets. The link is on the flyer there, and then the link is also in my bio on Instagram if you want to buy tickets to that. Which
they have these yearly. This is the first.
Yeah, and it's all over. They have. It's all over the country and the world, actually. I was looking at their site the other day when they sent me the information. Yeah, and I was going to tell you need to check them out so that you can. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, and then what else do I have? I've got stuff. I'm still trying to book. In the wintertime, I kind of slow down because I need to up my inventory because I'm always doing pop-ups. And in between doing that, it's kind of hard to create. Mm-hmm. And I still have inventory, but I still like new. And it seems like my new stuff, as soon as I make something new and I go out, it is gone like that, which is fine. Yeah. But, then it's like, if somebody that's visited my table numerous times at different events, they're like, you don't do anything new. Yeah, I do. It's just that it goes really fast. Right. But custom orders are the things that I get the most gratification from, I think, as an artist, because it is an amazing feeling to have someone trust you enough to feel their spirit and create for them.
Absolutely.
And it's like, it's just really, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's probably the best ego booster in the world. It is, So anyway, so that's just me. I am just kind of all over the place. I'm scattered, my thoughts. I just am who I am unapologetically.
Yes.
And that's all that matters.
And I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I don't care.
That's it.
It's okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Andrea.
Yes.
Like I said, Andrea.
Hey, it might be in the name now.
Okay.
Absolutely. So yeah, y'all watch me recreate myself, and like I said, the millennials that are out here. I have a tattoo on my back, and it's Sankofa, and I don't know if people know what Sankofa stands for, but it's Adinkra, and it's go back and get it is what it means. Okay, and so you guys, and that's also part of my logo, another part of my logo. But you guys, you young guys, you younger people are going back and getting what was taken from you, and or taken from us as a people, and so you're so inspiring. But I'm going to get mine too.
Yes.
Because it ain't never too
late.
It's
never too late. Yes.
She recreating. She got tattoos.
Yes. Oh, right. No, my new name.
She got a story.
You all can address me. Yes, you can address me as a queen-ager.
That's right.
A friend of mine called me that.
I love it. I love it.
That is my new title. I am a queen-ager. Yes, I am. Because most of my business associates are in their 20s and 30s. And so that's who because I don't hang out with people that don't have the same mindset. Pretty much. I don't really hang out with people anyway, but when I'm networking, it's always with younger people because our minds mesh. Right. They're on a mission.
Right.
And I'm on that same mission. Always have been. And I want to apologize to you guys for my generation failing you so miserably. I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart because you guys have been made to figure it out on your own. Because we've been afraid to step up, but not everybody.
I also feel as though it's from what you guys were taught to. you know, from
well, yeah, but
grandparents.
but we were taught the spirit of fear, and that's not, you know, and to assimilate and all, and that's not everybody's spirit. I've never wanted to do that. I've always been embracing who I was. My family is very Afrocentric. My mother was very Afrocentric, and that's the way I was raised. And I was raised by a village.
Some of our generation,
yeah,
I've said that in other issues or things that go on with, you know, young people, and I always say that I do take, you know, our generation needs to take some claim on. We just dropped the ball on some things.
We dropped the ball.
And we, you know, our egos get too big to say that we did, but we did. I'm not saying personally, you know, me, but I do see us as a whole, and I recognize some things that were missed.
Exactly, and that's the whole thing, is that, you know, while we
for whatever reason it was.
Right, well, we were busy assimilating because we finally I was born in 1960, so...
Me too.
You're right. So while we were busy assimilating and getting what we thought was owed us, or at least having the chance to try to even the playing field, we forgot those coming behind us. And we were so busy trying to trailblaze for ourselves that we, you know, I finally got mine, get yours the best way you can. Well, no, that's not how it works.
And it's depressing to realize that. I mean, I remember years ago thinking, why are we all so me? Where did that come from?
Well,
because I'm so not a me person, I struggled often because I could not relate to it, but I was constantly getting caught up in left out, whatever, because I didn't conform to that.
But you got to know that that's not by accident.
Well, right.
That is an intentional societal thing.
Yeah.
Which is why we've got these little things and all that. So, because as long as we don't talk to each other,
right,
and as long as there's no cohesivity, right, there's always going to be division, and we can't conquer a thing alone. Yeah. And they know that, and so they make sure that they keep us in a divided state.
That's right.
Because they know.
Exactly.
When black people get together,
collectively, you got a problem.
Yes.
You got a problem.
And we gotta recognize for ourselves, because we tend to kick it back to somebody else. Like, no, you. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Exactly.
Stop blaming somebody else. And we do have that. We blame sometimes when we're not looking in the mirror, and sometimes it really is. Once you just say, okay, let me take responsibility for
myself.
something that I did. It lifts almost immediately. There's a lightness, but we won't do it. It's just like, I'm not taking the blame for that. That's not okay. Okay.
And I know we've got to wrap up, but just one thing I want to touch on. That was a great segue into what I'm about to say in terms of supporting one another and doing that kind of thing. I know you said that when you go out, you bring in a lot of amount of money to support other entrepreneurs and that kind of thing. I just want to say, you know, you guys, or us as entrepreneurs, we're out here, we're trying to do it. I do the same thing. I buy every place I go. I pick a vendor. Sometimes I can support all vendors, but there are so many different ways that we can support one another. Stop just looking at people's pages. Hit the damn like button. It don't hurt.
Share
and all you're gonna do
and
share, all you're gonna do is help that person. You might be motivated. That person might feel like giving up today. You just don't know. And I mean, you know, just like you out to get your bags, give a bag while you getting the bag.
Right.
You know, seriously, like help one another out. Share information. That kind of thing. I share information about events and things all the time. I don't get the reciprocal aspect of it, but it doesn't matter to me because that's my spirit.
Reciprocity is my word. Okay,
that's my favorite word.
For years I've been saying that is my word. Like, where is it?
There's very little of it in this world, but you can count on me.
It really is. It's missing.
Yeah, it is missing.
When I think about it, I'm just like, what? Yeah. What is so hard? And I think because of that mentality, people think they gotta, you know, do this.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they're not communicating with you intentionally because they're trying to do this. We don't have to do that. If you just say something to me or you.
Exactly. Well, and the other thing is that we all are individuals. Nobody was created to be like anybody else.
Right.
Absolutely not.
So, I mean, if you going down a road that you are trying to copy or emulate, or you worried about competition, you worried about the wrong thing. Because there is nobody like you on the planet. Don't worry about it. Do you.
Absolutely.
Do your community. And collectively, we all have something to bring to the table if we're allowed to be who we are.
Absolutely.
So let's get that going.
We can learn from each other.
Yeah.
Because we can learn so much. I learned so much by sitting down at the table with somebody else. sometimes who's doing the same thing I'm doing,
Exactly.
because we all have a little twist. We all have a little, but if we stop being worried about that, and just be, you know, on the up and up and but we're all kind of nervous to say this. What is that?
You just never know who you're talking to. You never know what that person can bring to the table.
Exactly.
That person might know somebody that you need to open the door for you.
Networking is the most important part of networking is the most important part. I'm telling you, I have run into some people that, you know, it's like, wow, blows my mind. I did a thing over Anacostia, a little radio station that's down there. Well, actually, I wasn't even vending. I just went to the event. But I got to meet Justin Blue. I don't know if you guys know who he is. But anyway, I got to meet him. I blessed him with a piece of my jewelry. Yay! And so, and he actually responded on my page and stuff. But stuff like that. I mean, just they're memories and they're moments that you take with you forever.
Absolutely.
And they mean something to you as an individual. And just, not that we need affirmation from other people, but just when other people recognize your gift, your art, whatever it is, it is something that will help you sustain yourself.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay? When things get low in your head and maybe you're not feeling as confident as you should be or whatever. Just somebody saying, hey, I saw what you do and I like that is a good thing. So y'all stop being so selfish and love each other.
That's
it in a nutshell. Period. I love it. I love it. Period. Period. Is that what they say?
Yes.
I can't spell it. I mean, I can spell it, but it's period. Because every time I saw it, I was like, how you say that? How you say that?
Here, you just take the D off.
You know, y'all challenge me because I'm an English major. So I'm just like, when they do little fun stuff like that, I'm like, am I supposed to say that? I know that's breaking all kinds of rules right here. Period. Okay. That was wonderful.
You ladies are awesome.
You guys are awesome too.
You all have some wonderful stories.
I'm so glad you guys
this is fun. Yeah.
Showed up and showed out.
And before we because I forgot, before we finish and close out, I did want to mention that I am doing a little Black Friday thing. Yes. I love this kind of stuff because I'm a creative. And I actually have Touched by a Dove Creations, where I create. I love burlap for some reason. Burlap is just I love
because it's so natural feeling.
I love it. So I do these wreaths. I love to do the wire ones, but I actually like the hay ones. And I do wreaths. I do snowmen. I do all kinds of things. I do pillows where I bling them out. I've used some of the glitter and just blinged it out a little bit with it. But I do all kinds of crafts. I've been posting it on my page because for Black Friday I will be offering. Actually, I had a 3-ring snowman that I actually sold today while I was doing it out there. I love that snowman. But it isn't so adorable. But I sold it and actually am making another one with the Black Friday sale. So I'm doing that, and also I am selling packages for my books. Okay. Cool. I have a couple of books that I've done. One is with my publishing company that I launched this year. So Unleash Your Superpower. And then my first book, which was The Power of Shut Up, came out in April. I'm going to be packaging those. And I'll package them I have some pens, I have some mugs. Because I want people to really get the message. It's not just about buying my books. I know some people say, when you go out there and you're just pushing. But I'm pushing because there is a message in these books. And there's a message in these books, and I really need people to understand that it's not just about the paper on the outside. It is something inside. And for Black Friday this week, I am doing some Black Friday sales, so I want you all to stay tuned for those who haven't gotten the book yet. And just a little message to y'all, like you were saying about sometimes even just leaving a review of the book that you read, it matters. It really does matter because I'm always going to be working those books. I want to get them on the shelves. I want to get them, I want to get the message out there and move that book. And I have co-authors in one of my books, so I want them to win as well. I do have some Black Friday stuff going on, so just pay attention to my page, Lisa Dove Washington, Touched by Dove Publishing, and Touched by Dove for my creations. It's all out there. And as you all can see, I tried to put my little t-shirt, my Dove Style magazine, because we're getting ready to load up and relaunch that. Right. So I have a team out there who I'm working with. Are we
That's all about.
Actually, touched by Dove Publishing. Dove Style, yeah, we be talking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so because I am looking to build my team too.
Okay.
I'm new at some of this. The Dove Style magazine's been out since 2012, but I'm relaunching. Unfortunately, somebody went in and hacked my whole website, and so what I had been doing for years was gone. But it was discouraging for a minute, especially when I found out how much it would take to try to clean. Okay, no, we're not gonna do that. So got to start all over.
Recreate.
But I'm good with it, and it helps when somebody just says, "Hey, are you gonna be doing Dove Style magazine again?"
Right.
They didn't give me $1. They didn't give me anything. It was just that they said that, and I was like, "Okay, they got something from this."
Exactly.
So let me get to work. So all of that's coming up soon. So yes, this is a Black Friday kind of Sunday.
Yes, it is.
But I love creatives. I love everybody else too, but I love creatives because our minds are working all
and
the
they're
time.
different.
So while you're talking, I'm like, oh, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love customize because a lot of times with my wreaths, I recognize I go into the craft room and I just do what I do.
Right.
So it's never like I had a theme. And when somebody wants the same exact thing, it's so hard sometimes because I might put a piece here or a leaf here or something here, and I drive my husband crazy pretty much because it's like, what does this look like? Okay, what does this look like? But it's all coming from each piece. It's like something else with it. It's not even intentional. It's just that my mind switches to something else once I'm finished with this piece. I might not be able to do this quite the same way.
Yeah,
but I love that I have something that nobody else is going to have.
That's great.
It just makes it that much special.
Yeah, it does. It does. Absolutely.
So I love this kind of stuff.
I love creators.
Yes. Well, we want to thank you. Yes.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you all for coming. This has been awesome.
Yes, this is our last show in November.
Yes.
Right before the holidays, really.
Right before the holidays.
Yeah, this is a good time because I was thinking about maybe we need some wine or something to celebrate it. When I was like, slow down.
We can do that on the 8th.
Yeah, we can do it. But I was thinking about I was already in the day because I wanted to ask, okay, before you all leave, because the big question for me was, am I going to put up my Christmas tree for Thanksgiving? And I haven't decided, but I think I want to.
Look, I'm saying no, I don't celebrate those holidays,
You don't celebrate,
but I'm saying no because, come on, Halloween wasn't even done and they had Christmas stuff out.
That's true, but
give people a chance to breathe.
But I'm thinking of Thanksgiving Day.
Like,
sometimes the Christmas tree is kind of up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I have
but
too.
I've never had it up before. But for some reason, and see, Christmas is actually extra special to me. It's always been one of my favorite times of year. And then my husband proposed to me on Christmas Day.
Oh, well, so then yes, do it.
Do it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm the only one who's. It's like I'm not gonna get any help.
Well, first of all, we're not gonna get in trouble by your husband by giving you an encouragement. Man, y'all have that discussion.
Look, I'm not gonna get any help.
We will say.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out. Do I am I ready for that?
Send him out on a long errand and then just get your groove on.
Yeah.
I might just put it up, but I do have a black Christmas tree.
Oh,
nice.
That I put up for the last 2 years, and I actually
really nice.
I heard somebody in the store saying, "Who would put up a black
I
Christmas
never
tree?"
heard that sound.
Yeah,
And
I almost turned around and said,
black makes everything
me,
better. It does.
I got a black Christmas tree from Walmart a couple of years ago for, it might not even have been more than $50.
Right.
And I was testing it. So I said, okay, I don't want to spend a lot of money on the tree.
Right.
I'm going to test this tree and see if I like it. And I was doing burlap that year. That's how I got into burlap, to tell you the truth. I went out on YouTube and started Googling wreaths and burlap because I wanted to do it myself. Because I wanted burlap garland. And I was like, I just don't feel right going into the store and buying a garland, a burlap garland,
right,
that I could maybe do myself. So I went out on YouTube, figured it out, made an awesome garland for my tree because I wanted the burlap on the black.
Mm-hmm.
So I made all of my ornaments. I made angels. I made balls. I did all kind of things, all handmade, because I wanted the tree to be handmade as well.
Cool.
I'm kind of goofy with that. I like themes.
No,
really
I'm
nice.
like that too.
Yeah,
I've had so many people try to redo my logo. I'm like, no, I want it to look handmade. I drew it, and that's the way it is.
Yeah,
it represents me.
Yeah,
no,
I was just really like, I want to do this, and that's how I got into doing the wreaths. I posted a few, and then people were like, I want that, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm on to something, but I love burlap. It's messy and all of that, but I love it. I love cutting it. I love folding it. It's all your hands get dry.
It's a thing. That is interesting.
But I know it's this mess, and I started on my dining room table, so they were so glad when I got. That's why I got the craft room, because it's like you can't do this sometimes. You can't do this. People coming over and they're like, what is going on here? Right. So yeah, but that's how I got into it, really, and I really do like the black tree. It doesn't look black when you photograph it, but when you go into the, if you're looking at it, it's very different. And if you Google black Christmas trees, they are absolutely gorgeous.
I'm going to say it sounds like
they're gorgeous. Yeah. I love it. Mine don't look like this on the internet, but
Christmas tree and some of the stuff on here, honey.
Some ornaments.
Yeah. Okay, that's a theme. Black. Black is gold Christmas tree. You better stop playing. You'll be decorating somebody's Christmas tree.
Right. She's ready.
Okay, I told you. You better be ready.
See, bouncing off ideas.
You all get in touch with Tierra. She has a black as gold Christmas tree.
Yeah. Look,
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I can do all of that.
Yeah.
I can do all of that.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing I can't do.
Yeah. Honey.
Yes. I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Nothing we can't do. This is wonderful.
This is absolutely wonderful.
You guys got a good thing going here.
Thank you.
I like it.
So we have to have y'all come back.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Anytime.
And I'm gonna be in. I need to. Yeah.
Just holler.
Yeah, because I was.
Just holler.
I put that ring out there on.
Yeah, this ring is
holler.
everything. I love this ring.
Because my birthstone is amethyst, but
I love amethyst.
It's so common though.
I
That's
love
the
the color.
But here's the thing is that most people don't know.
That's
every
purple.
month.
Sorry, I'm thinking about what's the other? Amber.
Amber.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm sorry,
yeah.
but you're right. Amethyst is gorgeous too.
yes.
But every month has more than one birthstone. Most people only know the commercial ones, not the
Mine is
spiritual
diamond.
ones.
Okay.
So
I wonder what mine
don't
is.
worry if you don't want amethyst.
April
Okay.
is down, but what
I don't know what they
We're
are.
gonna look it up.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up.
because I know diamond worked for me when I was like,
I'm sure.
just get my birthstone.
Yeah.
I mean,
For everything.
make
Yeah.
it easy.
This is it.
No, I'm gonna.
Yours
Right.
So I told my husband,
Let's
let's
stick with diamonds.
make it easy. Just get it. Just
Yeah.
get it.
You
Just
gotta
get my
go.
birthstone.
And see, I won't wear a diamond.
Really?
No, because of what the mistreatment of our people in the diamond.
Oh,
business.
okay.
I will
I
not,
got
I will
that.
not wear a diamond.
Yeah.
I'm very passive aggressive in my
Yeah, that's my birthstone,
political
so it's
statements.
like-
They're personal to me.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody else does, but for me, I'm not going to support it
Right.
in
I
one
love
way.
that.
If I don't even have to
I
speak
love
about it, that's better.
Right.
Because I'm not giving it an ounce of my energy. So
Right.
That's just,
Well, I'm giving this.
Hey, that is
Well, I'm
that's,
sorry.
that's a Herkimer
Look,
diamond.
like I said,
So
I'm sorry.
there-
That's my birthstone. But yeah, I was just like, let's.
I like diamonds too, though. But this is everything.
So this was absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad you all took the time out to come out here, because I know you all are busy. It's, getting ready for the family and holidays and things. So, I enjoyed this.
I did too. I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
Thank you. So
And
we
you have amazing energy. Just so you know,
thank
from the
you.
day I met you, when I met you, your energy is
Pop up,
yeah.
yep.
But
Thank
her
you.
energy like literally surround the whole room. It was
Thank
like
you.
and you were working, but I
I
could still
was.
feel it. So it was really nice.
Getting it in.
Yeah.
But it was so great to have all of you all
Yes,
there. We did have a
absolutely.
pop-up, sidebar. We had a pop-up at my property in D.C.
Okay.
And these fabulous ladies came up and they
Oh,
showed
wonderful.
out, and it was awesome.
It was an awesome
It was
event.
awesome.
It really was.
They did a wonderful job. The DC 4D District Police Department was the host of it.
Okay.
So it was really,
Yeah,
really
it was
awesome.
good. It was good.
Really awesome.
Monty
Thank
actually
you.
asked me. She was like, "How should I get on there?"
I know. She called me today.
Yeah, she did. I was like, "You make sure you."
I did not
reach
forget you. I did
Yeah.
not. I did not.
I was like, "Reach
Come
out."
again. Gotcha. She's like, Mama called me too. Hello. I was like, oh, okay. I got y'all. But it's all in love. So we want to thank you both for coming out.
Thank
You
you.
ladies are phenomenal.
And thanks for the promo. This is great.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We definitely gonna be putting it out there. I will be putting that like button and some pictures.
Hey, yes.
Oh,
And
some
some yours,
business.
I did some business, your art
Okay.
too.
Thank you.
And some business.
Definitely.
I've
And
been
if y'all
shopping.
need some flyers designed for y'all.
We need a
social
logo,
media.
so we gonna talk to you about
logos.
that.
Yes, please hit me up. I got you.
Just wait on the call.
She don't know.
I like
She does
being busy.
not know. Yes,
I
I have
like
some.
it.
I have some things that This was perfect time. Everything happens for a reason, and
They do.
It's amazing this year alone how many rooms or people I've connected with, and
Absolutely.
after the conversation, I'm like, Okay.
Yeah.
I
Then your mind really
had
gets
nothing to
going.
do with
yeah,
this.
Yeah.
So
It's cool.
yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Well, you as you
Yeah, I was getting excited. This is wonderful. I love this. I love this.
Absolutely love it. So you know that we are on the air each and every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. on Win DC, powered by Go Win Media. Download the app. You can check us out on Facebook individually at Lisa Dove Washington, Andrea Riley, on our Facebook page, Girls Gabbin, and on Win DC Radio. We'll be back again on December 8th.
December 8th.
For our last show of the year.
Yes.
We'll be toasting it up.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that.
We're going to toast up
We're going to do
as
that.
we get towards our 1-year anniversary. We thank you all for tuning in each and every Sunday. We'll see you again on the 8th. You all have a good night.
Good night.
Okay, now wait, those glasses, I need them.
Really nice.
This was wonderful.
Yes, I enjoyed
I love it. I love it.
Those glasses are everything. I'm just saying, where'd you get those?
I forgot I said I was going to get out
Probably pop up.
at 8 o'clock. Grandbaby's at my house.
Aww. You don't want to miss that.
Andrea,
Oh, is that the one that has like the glasses?
yes, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan.